Yeah. Ready. Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday, June 18th, 2024 Bethel Board of Education special meeting of the Facilities Committee. Tonight, we will begin with a call to order at 6:31, and should we do the Pledge of Allegiance as well? Sure. Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Hageman, I know we are working with an incomplete list at this time, but could you call the roll for us as we know it today?
Mr. Gilbert?
Here.
Don't see Mr. Rumble. Okay, Mrs. Reese? Mrs. Donahue? Here. Mr. B?
Here.
Just sort of filling in, just to get a list of everybody that's present, is that okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to ask you.
Jason Beckett.
Okay, thank you.
2 keys.
Oh. All right.
Well, thank you for taking the time to attend tonight. This is a kind of a reset. We've had the Facilities Committee for, I think, about probably about 6 years now. If it's 2024, maybe even 7 years, back to 2017, on and off, mostly through the construction of the new high school, as well as it rolled into the construction of the new elementary building. And we've been on pause for a little while, so we're picking it back up. And I want to welcome everybody for joining us tonight, if anybody's online as well. We have a short agenda. I don't know if everybody got a copy. I think there's just, do you have one, Troy? Okay, thank you. And I was going to ask, we're going to run through the communications meeting announcements. I'll kind of go through some of the charter information that actually Julie provided from when it was first started several years ago, just to kind of go over that again, because it's going to be a lot of new members this time. Then we'll look at some of the items for discussion, subcommittee reports, and how we'll move forward. Is there any current additions that anybody wants to talk to for the next half hour that maybe doesn't fall into this particular agenda? Okay. All right, thanks. And then we'll go into communications, meetings, and announcements. I did want to briefly go through, some of the other members that had asked to be appointed were Travis Brown, Brenda Cox, and Jason Pickett is here tonight. I know in the past, Todd Bird, as our maintenance supervisor, was also on the board, and I don't know that officially we extended that invitation to him for
No,
now.
I don't think we have, but we can.
But yes,
Yeah,
and
I
we
think he would certainly be.
He wasn't actually on it in the past. Initially, I think in some of that documentation I sent you, we kind of had a list of people that we would call on as they were needed, because they didn't want to come to every meeting.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
I believe that the maintenance chief was on that list. I
Yeah.
mean, he's welcome to be on the board. I'm
Yeah.
not suggesting that. I'm just saying that was the logic back then, is that we would pull in.
Yeah, thank you. And if you guys can tolerate my throat and nasal congestion here, I will go through and just share with everybody that the purpose of the mission, as determined previously as reported, was that to propose a plan regarding facility matters related to growth, focusing on building renovations and new classroom space. And that's something we can consider if we want to expand upon that. Again, I'm just reading what was previously documented. So this is what was captured before. The acronyms and definitions: BEA, Bethel Education Association; BOE, Bethel Board of Education. We talked about stakeholders, anybody with an interest in helping to solve facility issues related to our rapid student growth. Stakeholders can be, but are not limited to, students, parents, teachers, school staff, school administration, BOE members, local business owners or employees, subject matter experts, taxpayers, or community members. We also will follow the sunshine laws, regulations requiring openness in government and business. Sunshine laws make meetings, records, votes, deliberations, and other official actions available for public observation. Next, we talk about how the committee will function. Again, as I mentioned previously, the committee will follow sunshine laws, and the committee will regularly report to the Board of Education. The meeting schedule can be determined within subcommittees, and again, meeting frequency can be determined based on need. Previously, the dates and times could be determined within the subcommittee or within the larger group, and we will make our best attempt to make sure all those are posted on the local website for the school at least 24 hours prior to the meeting occurring, so that everybody has a chance to attend if they would like to. And then we can also use newspapers and our social media as well to make sure that that information is published for the public to read. Meeting agendas will be established and posted on the school website, as I said, 24 hours in advance. We will keep meeting minutes, and then it will be recorded obviously through the YouTube for record and for people to watch and listen back on as we move forward. We will try to limit meetings to 1 hour in duration, and we can flex that for a half hour to an hour, depending on what I think we're going to be working on at the next meeting. The agenda will be followed during the meeting. Any verbal public comment will be limited to 2 minutes. And in general, the meetings will be held on school property to encourage stakeholder involvement or accommodate stakeholders. There might be some additional offsite meetings at public locations to make it more convenient for other members to attend. There will be subcommittees or task force, and they will be formed to tackle specific items. People who can be involved attend meetings: any person employed by Bethel Local Schools, the Board of Education member, administrator, staff, or teacher, any student attending Bethel, any other interested stakeholder, for example, parent, community member, local business, taxpayer, etc. Providing input will be through the hearing of the public. And comment forms can also be provided for that information, so it can be written as well as verbal. Input will be limited to comments regarding facilities, renovations, and new classroom space. And if we need to adjust these, we are free to do so. Comments containing non-facility topics will be set aside and discarded for that particular meeting. Comments containing inappropriate language or character assassinations will be discarded as well. Comments that do not have a name and contact information attached will be discarded. All remaining comments will be posted on a public forum as is. They will not be edited. Please keep this in mind as you put down your thoughts. You are a reflection of our school and of our community. Restrictions regarding bidding on any projects related to the committee. To avoid possible conflict of interest, no committee member, their company, a company that he or she works for, or her or his relatives, may bid on any project recommended by the committee. Meeting attendees may bid on a project recommended by the committee. They will not be given any special consideration for having attended, participated in, or contributed to a meeting. Updating the Board of Education will follow immediately at the regular school board meeting each month. At that facilities meeting, happens. The committee will also provide a copy of the meeting minutes and or a summary report of the committee activities that have taken place since the last report to the BOE. There are goals and products and a desired outcome. The idea is to develop options to meet short-term and long-term facility needs due to growth and expanding enrollment. One or more plans covering renovation and new buildings. The idea is to best serve the needs of our growing student population and all stakeholders. And we want to be transparent while we're doing that. The scope of responsibility and the level of authority of the committee means that we will conduct meetings for the sunshine laws, analyze input and final decisions and approval will rest with the Board of Education. The expectations of committee members and attendees, those invited and valued stakeholders will have input, meaning that their voice will matter. They will provide opinions, concerns, and ideas pertaining to physical facilities only. Proper decorum is expected at all times. Timeline is expected that we will follow a parallel path. Again, looking at the short-term options to meet immediate student growth via renovations or other alternatives, such as swing space, for example, trailers, while also beginning a long-term plan to meet expected future growth. These two paths will not occur independently. We would expect to begin with an assessment phase followed by an options phase, which will lead to the decisions phase. And that's just how we would like to approach the subcommittees when they bring a plan forward. The resources required, committee membership. We need volunteers to fill remaining positions. Secretary to take minutes, community members, again, the parents, seniors, experts, Bethel Township, Carriage Trails and Parktown, teachers and the BEA members, students, Bethel staff, and as needed, safety and security or fire as well. The committee participation that will be needed are building reps, township zoning, architects, instruction companies. As I mentioned before, the meeting venue options, we can use the media center, we have conference room, we have Bethel Hall. If it's more convenient for a smaller group, just meet outside in some local areas. The social media options, as we discussed, and inviting input and diverse opinions, how to submit them, and then how and where will comments be shared, posted. These are possible options: website, Facebook, regular mail, phone call, in person at meetings, suggestion box if we want to start that, and then solicit input by survey, or maybe even phone calls or door-to-door canvassing, whatever your subcommittee would like to take with their approach. Then I did want to give just a quick update of what is already underway. As you know, the new school opened in August of 2023, and yesterday, as a matter of fact, they had the it's the final meeting before the year of occupancy. And I was not able to attend that, but I did get the notes from that, and it looked like most things were closed. And Tina, I know you were able to attend in person. Mm-hmm. The only thing I saw that was still open is that there is an official 11-month walkthrough scheduled for June 24th. And that will.
Yeah, Matt and Todd, Mr. Crispin and Todd Berg will be accompanying the construction manager Peterson and the architect from Garmin Miller, and they'll be doing an 11-month walkthrough to make sure that there aren't any issues that need to be addressed. We have our certificate of occupancy, and it's now picked up under the liability insurance, and we have 58 points, I think, that are going towards our lead, silver lead for the OFCC. So we're moving along. So hopefully we'll have it all wrapped up soon.
Thank you, Tina. Mm-hmm. I did want to ask, did they identify anything left at all yet on the punch list? It doesn't say it's closed, but
I think we got everything off the punch list. We're done. Yeah. So, I think the bench was the last item that we were waiting on, but I think that's all completed. I'll double check.
that's.
I have questions.
Mhm.
Is 58 points enough for the?
It's for silver, not gold, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what that's what we were shooting for? right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let me take that.
We still have a few that haven't been approved, but that Mrs. Little doesn't think it's gonna be a problem, so we're hopeful. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And then, I just want to read one other thing that was on actually it'll be in the regular meeting and watching the time here just to make
Mhm.
sure that, there was an evaluation done. Sorry if I can find it real fast here. And it's in the notes. Stan and Associates conducted a review of the building, mechanical, electrical systems along with the building envelope prior to the expiration of the 1-year warranty period. And I think this goes along with what Tina was talking about. Says overall, the new building is well maintained and the building systems are operating without any significant issues. The HVAC systems are operating under automatic control and maintaining both system set points and space temperatures to set point. The plumbing systems are functioning with no issues observed or reported by the owner. The electrical power distribution system, lighting and lighting controls are functional with no issues observed or noted by the owner. The building envelope remains in good condition with no issues noted, other than the exterior doors at the gymnasium need to have the door threshold adjusted. These are 3 new issues noted in the attached reports. These items have been added to the CX Master Issues Log, and they list those items. And there's a report within the Garmin Miller logbook for that. So I just wanted to share that. Did they talk about that at any more?
I think that's
length
gonna
than
be included in the 11-month
that? Okay,
walkthrough, so we'll see, yeah. So they'll have to have all those issues sort of resolved for us, yeah.
thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. So I just wanted to share that. That's kind of an update on as we're closing up that construction of the latest new building, which is the elementary building. And then they will have that final walkthrough on June 24th. And we'll look for a report, then we can report out in July meeting for that. And then as part of what are the next steps then, sorry, get back to the meeting minutes here. Just wanted to, sorry, got too many things here. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure that kind of follows up with the announcements and then the discussion. As far as what are some of the next steps, we're going to try to determine with some other positions, and perhaps really what we need to do is determine what subcommittees we want to bring on from this point forward for short term or for long term. And then we can determine how many people we'll want to add to fill some of those positions. I know there's 2 people that are not here tonight. They're interested in I'll call it a sports field, a subcommittee. And Jason, I don't know your specific item of interest. I know you asked to be on the board.
Sure, yep.
Or the committee, I should say.
Not in any particular interest.
Okay,
I do have interest in that also. And I would recommend my wife Natalie, but she's is also part of that committee because she's the treasurer of the athletic boosters.
okay.
So they may have a play in some of that. I'd have to ask her and see if she's interested, but I'm gonna be able to force her into it.
But she has time.
We never have to.
Thanks. And then some of the challenges that I know that we'll be facing is we've got, the pre-K is moving back to the school from Tip City.
No, we have an ESC unit that's coming back. It's not pre-K.
Oh,
It's
ESC, I'm
it's a
sorry,
special,
Yeah,
special
I'm sorry.
education unit.
yes.
I'm like,
special-
oh no, is something else coming back? You scared me for a minute.
Sorry, I've been,
So it's an LESC spec ed.
Thank you.
Special education.
That's why I was.
Yes, it's coming
Thank
back to
you.
the elementary, yes.
It'll be coming back to the school, and we know that the middle school and some of the upper elementary grade enrollments are fairly high, so as they move into the middle school area, we're gonna have to be watching and see, and we are hiring some new teachers as well, so where are we going to be putting those classes? So it's something that I apologize, I'm not up to date today on because I've been out of the loop for a little while. So it's just something we will definitely make sure we try to ramp up and be ready to hit that hard. And if Andy or Julie, if you could, or Tina knows any more about that, that you can offer us tonight, I appreciate any additional words that you have.
Yeah, I know they're creating 2 more classrooms at the elementary that Mr. Bird and his team are sort of thrown together with the help of subcontractor. Can't remember the name of them right off the top of my head, so I apologize. And we're also doing the same thing here in the high school, got to create at least 2 classrooms. And we're looking at additional 6th grade classrooms in the old building, downstairs, not upstairs. And so I think we're covered for next year, but yeah, any additional growth that we're not aware of, we're already packed at the elementary and we didn't want to go back into the old part of the building, but we're gonna have to do that with 6th grade at the middle school, so.
That was, excuse me, that was always the plan anyhow,
Mhm.
because until we get that money from the state.
Yeah, which is
and
not,
school.
we don't see that for at least 6 to 7 years, yeah.
Yeah, that number hasn't moved, if you don't notice.
Yeah, I have noticed, yeah, I've talked to Valerie a couple times, I have noticed that it hasn't moved, so, yeah, but. There's still hope we can try and move that number, so.
So I do have a couple of things, just, I wanted to just make a couple comments. This is it from the past, from your minutes. It seems like the charter is pretty good the way it is, because we're in the same situation. We got Carriage Trails 2.0 coming, so we need short-term space, although sounds like it's relatively solved. And then the long-term space would be looking at, you know, can we add some classrooms or, I don't know. But a couple things I just want to tell you is we, in the past, had a comment form that we brought to the meetings, and that was the intention, was people would write their comments and we would post those on the website. And we started out doing that, and then the website kind of got revamped and all that stuff got lost. So, and also it kind of didn't work out, like that was the plan. But the meetings became interactive, which was kind of nice. So everybody just discussed it and you can throw it in the moment. So there was a lot of, you know, just people talking and giving ideas. So more of it wound up in the minutes than on the papers. So I don't know if we want to have that comment form, we still have it somewhere. Or if we just want to say it's going to go in the minutes. And then the other thing was, originally we had said that the committee members and their families could not participate in the bid, but our attorney, Mr. Gursky, came back and said that we can do that restriction. So they are allowed to submit bids, and I think that was in the second minutes.
Okay.
Because that happened between
Oh, yeah.
meeting. So
Okay.
just wanted to tell you that.
Thank
that
you.
We can't restrict.
Oh, thank
The
you.
committee members from bidding, but, you know, that originally we did that just so there'd be no kind of variety. They will not, I mean, they still would not be given the special consideration, but they can. So that is.
Anything else?
Well, the subcommittees also, we never really had subcommittees because we ended up kind of not meeting them. The short-term solution was we turned the old cafeteria into 2 rooms and then so we didn't really need a subcommittee for that. And I think at the time athletics was not really. And maybe still doesn't need to be a focus of this group because we do have the boosters and. You know, I mean, it should be part of it, but I don't know if it needs to be a separate committee. Cause the focus should be like the space for the students. I don't think most. And whatever comes with that, like, you know, we had the athletic state or the complex this time. That came on the website.
Well, I'll try to wrap it up. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, okay.
Rick, did you have anything you'd like to add at this time? Andy
Good.
and Jason?
At this time, no.
Okay, thank you. I know Tina's watching time and I don't want to be late.
Sorry.
So it's all right. We got a few minutes, but, well, I apologize. Would you guys like to open this up for an hour next time and start at 6?
If we, yeah, because we need to appoint the members and then we need to vote on who's gonna be secretary and who's gonna be chairperson and all that. So I would think so, yes.
So the members get appointed by the president of the regular board.
Right,
So.
but don't we make a recommendation for that or not?
We typically do, yeah.
Okay. I don't think that that's an issue as far as making a recommendation, but it's up to the board to decide if they accept that and vote on it, right? So I would hope they do, but yeah.
So at the next meeting though, I mean, they would need to be appointed before we could get positions.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah, maybe we could do it maybe in the workshop.
You can work
Yeah, you could
session.
do that.
Yeah, we can have one before the work session.
Yeah, okay. So, next meeting would be July 9th then at 6 p.m.
Sessions.
Oh,
5:30,
5:30,
yes.
yeah, sorry about that. Oh,
Yeah,
good point.
not that I don't love being here. So, but yes, they start at 5:30, so let's see, July 9th, you're correct, at 5:30, so do we wanna do, is 4:30 too early for anybody? Mr.
Everyone could.
I'm like, it's up to you, yeah.
What day is it? Before the work session?
It's the 9th, it's Tuesday, work session starts at 5:30. Do we wanna do 4:30?
4:45.
We're gonna do it for the work session, not for the regular.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's-
30. 4:45.
Whichever, I'm here. I'm always here, so whenever you need me.
We'll set that for now and we'll
Yeah, it's
massage that a little bit.
I'm struggling to get members. 4:30 is gonna be good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I can make it.
yeah. And it's just for that, just to get us, so we can get them
everybody appointed.
appointed
I
by
think
the
for-
board.
I think
Going
we're gonna
forward.
plan on 6:30 and 6 o'clock from now on, right?
Right. Okay, sorry, I'll rush this along, but may I have a motion for adjournment, please? May I have a second?
Yep,
Thank you.
is that Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Okay. So you want me to give you a roll?
Since he's not officially on the committee,
Oh,
or does that matter?
well, I tell you what, I'll make a motion.
Okay.
And Mr. Gilbert, you're okay with the second? Okay. All right,
Sorry, I don't know, just asking.
yeah, probably should be official members, so. So do you want to do roll call or you want me to do it, Ms. Reese? Me, okay, Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
I say aye, yes, and then Mrs. Reese,
Yes.
and then Mrs. Donahue.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so next meeting is on July 9th. 4:45. Okay, got it. I'll make sure we send out the notice. Thanks. All right.
Thank you all.
We adjourned at 7.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I can't. if you want.
Yeah.
I'm here to do it. You want to do it?
Well, Danny was here. I can do.
Oh, okay, that'd be great, yeah.
I will. I will watch this.